My God, I hate drugs.
The new Muslim Autonomous Region formally takes off today. The Bangsamoro government, which will be parliamentary in form, also held its inaugural session today, making history in Philippine governance. David Santos has the latest from Cotabato City.
The Bangsamoro interim government, which is taking a parliamentary democratic form of governance, a first in our country's modern history, becomes an official political entity. President Duterte leads its inauguration here in Cotabato City on Friday. In his speech, the president says he is extremely happy to witness this historic event with the gains of the 2014 peace agreement with the Moro Islamic Liberation Front carried out in his term. He praised those behind the peace process, the crafters of the Bangsamoro Organic Law, as well as those who participated in the plebiscite for helping realize this very important dream of Filipino Muslims here in Mindanao.
I call upon Bangsamoro to take advantage of this opportunity and finally correct the historical injustices and forget the bitterness of the past so that we may embrace each other as Filipinos.
Of the 80 appointed members of the BTA, the president has to name 5 more, including the replacement of prominent Moro Islamic Liberation Front leader Ghazali Jaafar, who passed away about 2 weeks ago. Most of these interim officials, now called members of parliament or MPs, took their oath of moral governance before a Quran.
Para lang manifest namin na we are really serious to correct the evils of the system.
Earlier Friday, the Bangsamoro Interim Parliament in its inaugural session elected its officers. Veteran lawmaker Ali Panglian Balindong of Lanao del Sur is elected as Parliament Speaker. Respected Maguindanaoan elder Sheikh Khalifa Usman Nando is chosen as Wali, a traditional titular leader who will only perform ceremonial duties. Among many things, funding the Bangsamoro government's operations is proving to be a tough challenge. Aside from failing to get its first block grant as indicated in the organic law, the parliament will have to carry over only the remaining budget of the abolished ARMM. Interim officials requested for a supplemental budget to fund infrastructure and increase social services in war-torn communities, but these are all still in limbo due to the recent impasse in the 2019 national budget.
Pinadala namin yung finance team namin sa DBM. So they assured that us na itong first week of April, marirelease yung sweldo ng mga empleyado.
As part of the peace process, the MILF will also start decommissioning its armed troops. The MILF has submitted a list of 12,000 names of combatants who will be part of this process. This list will then be verified by an independent body.
Veteran journalist Maria Ressa posted bail yet again over charges of violating the anti-dummy law. The Rappler CEO was welcomed at the airport yesterday with another arrest order straight from an early morning flight from the United States. Ressa was booked at the Pasig Police Headquarters. She then posted a 90,000 peso bail at the Pasig Regional Trial Court, Branch 265. This is just 1 out of 11 active cases against Rappler, most of which are rooted in allegations the company is foreign-owned. But Ressa maintains all the cases are nothing but government attacks against the media.
For the Pasig Police, they've been very kind. You know, it's to them they say trabaho lang po. Pero yun lang po ang sinasabi ko sa mga police tsaka sa judiciary natin. Hindi lang po ito trabaho lang. Please make sure that you're not unwittingly used in any kinds of acts that could actually derail our democracy.
Another branch of the Pasig RTC has yet to act on another case over Rappler's alleged violation of the Securities and Regulations Code. Ressa may be arrested again for that case, for which her lawyers are prepared to post bail worth 128,000 pesos. Reacting to Maria Ressa's arrest, Malacanang maintains due process had been followed. Presidential spokesperson Sal Panelo says the fact that an arrest warrant was served and that she was able to post bail shows that, quote, the constitutional presumption of innocence has been observed. He adds Ressa cannot keep using her arrest as an excuse to attack the government for supposedly violating freedom of the press. In other news, a suspect in Tuesday's hit-and-run incident in Pasig surrendered to the police this morning. The driver owned up to his mistake but insists he wasn't drunk or under the influence of drugs. This as one of his victims, who fell into a coma because of her injuries, died last night. Jeline Fule reports.
In an interview with the media, the suspect Adrian King Carlos apologized and took full responsibility of the incident.
I would like to express my deep regret and remorse for my irresponsible driving last March 26. This resulted to the injury of Mr. Mark Joseph Belen and to the passing away of Ms. Rosana Ugto. There is no excuse for what I have done, and I take full responsibility of the unfortunate accident.
Carlos cleared he was not driving under the influence of drugs or alcohol when the incident happened.
Nasa maayos naman po akong kondisyon. Nagkagulatan kami. So, it was purely an accident. Yung pabalik na po ako ng lane, yun po yung hindi ko napansin na may tinamaan na pala ako. Nalaman ko na lang the day after. So, after that, medyo hindi pa ako sigurado kung ako talaga yung napanood ko sa footage. So, it took me some time to really face itong ano na to.
But for Belen, the reason of Carlos is unacceptable.
Kung may sasakyan kayo, ma'am, kakalabagin ko lang ng yung sasakyan niyo ng kamay ko, maririnig yun, ma'am. Yung pa kayang may binangga ka, may iba yung sasakyan mo, di mo ba maaalala?
A viral video by a dash cam captured a sedan hitting a couple riding a motorcycle along Marcos Highway in Pasig at around 1 a.m. Tuesday. In the footage, Belen and his live-in partner Rosana Ugto can be seen traversing the motorcycle lane when the sedan swerved right to overtake, then back left, causing it to hit the motorcycle. Carlos reasoned out that the swerving was to avoid a bumpy part of the road.
Una, di ba, yung pag-overtake sa kanan. Oo, talaga yun. Malita, kasi blind side na yung dito sa kaliwa mo pag ano ka eh. Kaya nga hindi yan kasama sa road safety na sinasabi. Dito ka dapat kakaliwa pag mag-overtake. And that is a classic example na talagang hindi dapat umu-overtake sa kanan. Kahit may lubak lang. Kaya nga tayo may preno kung meron lubak.
While Carlos expressed openness in extending financial assistance to the victim, Belen and his family are not willing to accept it. The suspect is still under the custody of the Pasig City Police. With Ugto's passing Friday night, Belen's camp is looking into the possibility of elevating the case to murder.
Sa ngayon, ang ating tinitingnan na kaso ay reckless imprudence resulting to homicide dahil because of the development last night na nag-pass away na yung biktima.
Belen vows to exert all efforts to hold Carlos responsible to the fullest extent of the law.
Iaakit po namin siya sa murder po para wala po siyang piyansa, ma'am. Mawalan siya ng lisensya, ma'am, then makulong siya habang buhay na walang piyansa po. Yun po. Panagutan niyo yung ginawa niya sa pamilya ko, ma'am.
Jeline Fule, CNN Philippines.
On to another hit-and-run incident. Starstruck Season 6 winner Migo Adeser apologizes for his encounter with authorities earlier this week. Adeser was arrested Tuesday night after hitting two MMDA officers riding a motorcycle in Barangay Poblacion in Makati. Adeser refused to give up his license and collided against a patrol car while trying to escape. In an Instagram post, Adeser says it was not his intention to disobey authorities. He adds he's just afraid and confused at the time. He also thanked the two MMDA personnel for forgiving him.
Accordingly, dun sa kanyang abogado, nag-represent sa kanya, yung abogado ay ang nag-work out dun sa settlement niya between dun kay Miko at dun sa dalawang NMDA employee na kanyang nasagi. So, the case of the reckless imprudence resulting to serious physical injury ay hindi na naisampa dahil hindi na nagbigay ng complaint itong dalawang MMDA employee na itong si Rogelio Castellano at si Michelle Papin.
Elections in the Philippines have always been a battle among political dynasties, and in the city of San Juan, we're seeing renewed rivalry from two powerful clans. Vice Mayor Janela Estrada is seeking the mayoralty post, running against Francis Zamora, who vowed to end the Estrada's 50-year rule. Joining us live is Chrissy de Matulac. She's reporting from Estrada's proclamation rally. Hi, Chrissy. What's the latest there? And tell us more about this long-time rivalry between the Estradas and Zamoras.
Will the next mayor of San Juan be another member of the Estrada Ejercito clan? Well, Janela Estrada certainly hopes so. She is currently the incumbent vice mayor, and she is running against Francis Zamora from PDP Laban. During her proclamation rally here in Plaza ng Masa, Estrada was joined by her party mates from Pwersa ng Masang Pilipino with the battle cry, Team 1 San Juan. Estrada is the daughter of former Senator Jinggoy Estrada and the step-granddaughter of incumbent San Juan Mayor Gia Gomez. The Ejercito Estrada clan has dominated San Juan City for 5 decades. Yesterday, her rival Francis Zamora held his proclamation rally here in Plaza Masa as he hopes to end the 50-year leadership of the Ejercito Estrada clan. Zamora ran for the mayoral post back in 2016 but lost to Gomez by a hairline of more than 1,000 votes. He tried to get a redo of the elections through a recall petition in 2018. However, the COMELEC was unable to finish the verification of signatures and to set a new elections before the 2019 polls. Mai?
Chrissy, what's the latest from the other side? As you mentioned, Francis Zamora held his proclamation rally yesterday. Any plans from his camp this weekend?
Bachelor of Laws. Well, based on his social media accounts, the Zamora camp was busy today in a door-to-door rally starting in Barangay Batis.
All right, Chrissy de Matulac there reporting to us live from San Juan. Less than 2 months before the elections, the political atmosphere heats up as local candidates started their campaigns yesterday. In Manila, it's an 8-way race for the mayoralty post. Among the candidates, former Vice Mayor Isko Moreno, current Mayor Joseph Estrada, and former Mayor Alfredo Lim. They hit the ground running to win the hearts of Manileños. In Quezon City, 10 candidates are gunning for the mayoralty seat. Vice Mayor Joy Belmonte is running with a full slate under the Serbisyo sa Bayan party. She says her toughest opponent is Congressman Bingbong Crisologo. Over in Makati, 2 Binays are facing off. Mayor Abby Binay had her proclamation rally last night, while her brother Junjun holds his event today. Their father, former Vice President Jejomar Binay, supported Mayor Abby's candidacy, while their sister, Senator Nancy Binay, had thrown her support behind Junjun. The National Police and the Commission on Elections agree the first day of the local campaign period was generally peaceful. The Metro Manila Police Chief, Guillermo Elazar, tells CNN Philippines there was no reported incidents of violence yesterday.
The candidates vying for local positions launched a respective campaign with proclamation rallies and motorcades, pero lahat ito may naging matahimik sa pangkalahatan.
COMELEC spokesperson James Jimenez, meanwhile, says they're still monitoring election hotspots across the country, including the entire Mindanao.
The hotspots that we do have are the ones that they declared, about 700 of them. And yung buong Mindanao, hindi ibig sabihin lahat ng area magulo. It's just that when we talk about placing an area as a hotspot or identifying it as a hotspot, sinasabi lang natin na may potensyal yung lugar na yon na magkaroon ng kaguluhan.
Switching gears now, volunteerism and charity took center stage in Basilan Province, where soldiers, doctors, government officials, and even former rebels work hand in hand to maintain peace through a special kind of mission. Our Paulo Barcelon has more.
Residents of Barangay Tuburan in Haji Muhammad Ajul town in Basilan woke up today to a different kind of commotion. Soldiers and volunteers from various organizations entered the Tuburan Elementary School's basketball court to launch a peace mission that fosters harmony and understanding and delivers basic services to the people of Basilan. Darwina Ahadin was one of those who received medical care from volunteer doctors. She claims medical professionals rarely visit their town, which is why she expressed her gratitude for the free checkup and medicines she received.
Masaya po kami kasi malaking tulong po ito sa amin na may dumarating dito sa amin na tulong tulad ng mga doktor.
The peace mission was jointly organized by the 1st Technical Administrative Services Brigade of the AFP Reserve Command and the Upsilon Sigma Phi fraternity, alongside various partners from the military, the academe, and municipal government officials. Aside from free medical and dental services, children were given treats and clothes from donors. The mission also included cultural training and dialogues with members of former rebel groups such as the Moro Islamic Liberation Front and the Moro National Liberation Front. Military officials in the area say the event was just one of the steps in achieving Basilan's full potential as a province.
Peaceful naman ang Basilan. Pwede naman palang magserbisyo doon. At kailangan ng mga tao sa Basilan, lalo na yung mga lugar na medyo malayo.
Organizers, meanwhile, assured town residents that it won't be the last peace mission they are pursuing, saying they aim to continue and sustain their efforts to bring peace to a troubled area in southern Philippines.
Hindi lang yan one time, big time. Yan po ay patuloy na programa ang serbisyong binibigay namin.